What is a mobile freezer? Today we're unboxing and reviewing Setpower's mobile freezer. Let's go! First glance, this looks really cool. This right here is the refrigerator, and let's take a look inside, outside, and then I'm going to explain the contents of the box. Looks really nice. Let's see what's inside. We got 3 separate baskets. That's nice. Removing these baskets to look at the labels. We got a warning label, troubleshooting. If we got an error code, there's a description for the error code and then what to do to fix it. And then we've got food type and recommended setting temperature. So for water, 41 degrees. Really nice. I like it. Looks like it's built well, got good quality. There's a display right here with a power button. So what comes in the package besides this refrigerator? We got a support frame. We've got some wheels, we've got an AC adapter, we've got a DC cable, we have the supporting base pieces, we have an elastic handle. So these 3 pieces make up an elastic handle, which I'll show you how to put that together. And we need to install the wheels and the support frame. Then we need to install these supporting base pieces. And it looks like we've got some screws. We've got some screws for not only installing that support frame to the actual refrigerator, but we got some screws and nuts for holding the wheels. And then we have got a wrench and an Allen tool. So that's nice. Install manual, or the user manual, is the most important piece. Make sure you read it. I'm going to show you how to install all this. Now I'm going to show you what you need to do to install that support frame and those wheels. So we're going to take and turn the refrigerator so that the display is facing me, or you in the case that you're installing this. And you're going to see below that display there's a 15 amp fuse and there's a DC 12 to 24 volt plug. I'm glad that they have 15 amp fuse because that's used in case we have an electrical issue, and that's protection. So we're going to take and lift it up, put it on its side, and then you're going to see there's 2 screws right here. We're going to take and remove those screws. Got to remove those screws. So this is one screw right here, and then this is the other screw right here. And once you remove those screws, then we're going to take and we're going to put our support frame right here. We've got these 2 pieces, and they're going to go like this in the holes. Boop. See that? Fits nicely. Now we're going to take these 4 screws and we're going to place them in the 4 holes. And that's going to be your first step. So there's 1, and here's 2, and here's 3, and then here is 4. And there are 4 of these screws, so that's perfect for the installation of the support frame. I'm going to tighten these up and we'll get to the next step. Now that we've got the support frame secured to the refrigerator with the 4 screws, now we're going to take and we're going to place this bolt through this wheel. So there's a bolt on each side. We're going to take and place it over the wheel like this. And sometimes it's hard to get it on there, but you just got to push. Then we're going to secure that wheel with this nut. Make sure that the blue side faces outward. So this is how we will install that nut. And then to secure that nut, we're going to use this non-adjustable wrench that's included with that refrigerator. So there's the wheel installed on this side. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other wheel. So I cannot put this wheel on because there is something jiggling around in there and it is broken. It looks like internally. See that? That's not right. So I'm going to reach out and see what the customer service is like and see how fast I can get a new wheel. I got a new frame and I got 2 more wheels. I reached out to Setpower, sent an email. 2 days later, this showed up on the doorstep. So now I can finish the installation. I'm going to go ahead and remove the old frame and that other wheel, and I'm going to install these 2 wheels on this piece of frame here. I noticed a difference between the bolts on this frame and the bolts on the previous frame that I had, and these wheels slide on here much easier. So I guess they've made some improvements since I got the Setpower fridge, and I'm glad. They've got a washer here, then they've got the nut, but you can see that it's much easier to slide these wheels on, so I just wanted to show you that. Pretty happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and secure these wheels, and I'll show you the next step. Look at the difference of this bolt size here and then this bolt size. See the difference? This one's much larger, and these were the nuts that were included with the old frame that I had the wheel problem with, and then here's the nut for the new one. Look at the difference in the nut. So slide the wheel on here, washer, and then nut, and then this is the wrench that I was sent. This will not work. So this will work for the other one, but it won't work for this one. Luckily I got my own wrench, so I'll be able to take care of that no problem. So now we're going to take these little base supports right here, and we're going to screw these in down here. And there's two of these, so you want to make sure you screw them both in. There we go. And then this one. There we go. Now we're going to install the elastic handle, and this is what the elastic handle looks like right here, like that. And it's going to be installed like this. So to install it, we need to take out these covers. And these covers are going to expose the bolt holes. And then we've got these 4 bolts, and we're going to take and insert these bolts inside these pieces, 2 bolts per piece. And then we're going to use our hex wrench right here to be able to tighten these up. So we're going to place it where it goes and then tighten it up, and I'll get these tightened up. Now once you secure one side, you're going to want to take and insert this pipe here, and then once you insert that pipe, then your other side is going to be in place, and then we're going to insert both of these bolts, these hex head bolts. And then we'll tighten it up, and then it'll be in place. Now that the 4 bolts that hold the elastic handle to the fridge are secured, now we're going to cover up those screws with these 2 cover pieces. Really easy to install. You're just going to take and slip this cover in place like so. And there's one cover, and then here is the other cover. All right, now we got our elastic handle. Now we're done with the installation for the Setpower fridge. We've got our handle, our base supports, our frame, and our wheels. Now we should be able to take and roll this on the ground. 2 different ways to power this. DC plug right here. We can take and plug this in. Boop. And then plug this into your car, run it off the 12 volts. Or AC DC adapter. Take and plug this in here, boop, and then plug this in the 110 volt plug. So we can use the 12 volts from the car, we can use the 110 volts. If you're at an apartment, you're at your house, you can plug this right into your wall's receptacle. 2 different ways you can power this. We're going to go ahead and turn it on and see how cold it gets and look at the control panel. This rod right here is retractable. So you see this little button right here? Take and pull that out, and take the other one, push it, pull it out, and that's pretty cool. Now we're going to power this thing up using one of my portable power stations. I'm going to be giving one of these portable power stations away, and I've also done some reviews. If you're interested in looking at those reviews, I put a link in the description to the video for the reviews of these power stations. Stay tuned because I'm giving one of these away. Now let's go ahead and plug this up to one of the portable power stations, test it out. Before we plug in the power and see what this thing can do and how much power it uses, I want you to know this is a divider that divides the left and the right compartment. And then when you look at the temperature buttons, this is the temperature for the left compartment and the right compartment. And there are default temperature settings for each. I'm pretty sure the left compartment default temperature is 0 degrees, the right is 41 degrees. And you can take this divider out if you want to. That way you can have more room if you have a larger item you're putting in here. So that's nice. But I want you to know what that is before we begin with the power. So we're going to plug in this DC plug into the DC output here of the All Powers power station. And then I'm going to push the power button right here. All right. I've got the power button pushed. So we should see the display light up. Push the power button. And we can use max, which is fast cooling, and then eco, which is power saving. So now we can set the temperatures. Yeah, it looks like the right compartment, or this compartment, is 41. And then when we touch this one, 0. So default is 0 for this, 41 for this. So we're just gonna let it run. Sounds like it's running right now. I can hear it, it's pretty quiet. Let's look at the wattage output. Looks like it's about 40 watts. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna let it run, see how long it takes to get to temperature. Steady right now, pulling about 73 watts. So after about 5 minutes, it's pulling about 74, 73 now. It started to rain, so I had to bring the mobile freezer inside. I'm glad it has wheels, and that All Power station is about 60 pounds, and I put it on top and I was able to roll it pretty easily. So the box temperature, or the mobile freezer inside temperature, was 84 degrees. You could see that by the temperature displayed before we started the cooling process. Now, after 15 minutes, the temperature on this side of the refrigerator or freezer is 68 degrees, and on this side it's 77 degrees. So if you touch the button, then that box temperature will not be displayed, and then you can change the target temperature. It looks like 41 over here, and then 0 over here, and look, 66 now. So I'm gonna let it run. Back on site, it's been exactly 1 hour. Wow, we're almost at 0 degrees over here, and we are at 41 degrees over here. So this has been 1 hour of runtime exactly. So you can say that in an hour and a half, it'll be at 0 degrees on this left compartment, and it'll be 41 on the right. So that's awesome. This is a great product, and I see many applications for this. Let's talk about it. A product like this can be used in the medical field, could be used in the medical industry, maybe to transport tissues, blood samples, or even medicines. Could be used in the food industry. Maybe you own a restaurant, maybe you offer catering, your catering event. You don't want your items to be damaged during transport, so you keep them cold, you keep them frozen, and then when you get to the event, they're still good. Then I like the fact that this can run off of my portable power station, my little solar generator. This is great because what if my power goes out and I have stuff in the freezer? I have stuff in my refrigerator that's valuable to me. Then I can take the most valuable items and put them in this, and then in an hour, it's frozen. So I think this is awesome, and I'm definitely going to be using this. Maybe if I go on vacation and I want to take some things with me on my vacation, then I can just plug it up to the car's DC adapter, and then boom, stays cold. 0 degrees, and you can't hear it anymore, but it's maintaining the temperature. If you look at the power station I've got, it was 83% when I started, and now it is no longer pulling power, so that's excellent. If we open up the refrigerator / freezer, then we'll lose some of that temperature, and then my power station will kick back on. So I think this is great information, knowing that I'm not going to pull any more power from my power station unless I'm opening up this refrigerator. So I'm glad that they insulated this really well so it would maintain the temperature. But we only pulled 4% down for this power station. It was 83, now it's 79. So that's pretty awesome. I love the fact also that because of these wheels, this power station is 60 pounds. And look at this. I can easily move it back and forth. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you want to check out Setpower's mobile freezer, portable refrigerator / freezer, I've got a link to other videos down in the description and resource information and their website, so go check it out. This is around $300 or $400, so it's not that expensive, and this is a great backup refrigerator or freezer for you if you lose power. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, and smash that bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing. Go check out those reviews of those power stations and stay tuned to that giveaway. You've been watching Taddy Digest. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me. It is very cold in here. I love it. So this is 41, and this is 0.